Today I am going to start our new session, part 2 of reflection of light at curved surfaces. In this part, we are going to discuss about rules for drawing ray diagrams and ray diagrams for concave mirror and also convex mirror, differences between concave and convex mirror. These are the concepts in today's session we are going to cover. So, what we learned in the previous sessions, now briefly I am going to explain one thing. So first we started with the light and reflection of light and laws of reflection. Then spherical mirrors. Spherical mirrors, we are getting spherical mirrors from hollow spheres. These spherical mirrors have two different reflecting surfaces. One reflecting surface is inward, that is concave mirror, and which reflects light on bulbed surface. That mirror we call as convex mirror. So in these two mirrors, how light is reflecting and how the focal point is from, how center of curvature and the distances between center of curvature and focal point, center of curvature and pole, these things are we already discussed in the previous class. Now in today's class we are going to see how to draw ray diagrams for concave mirror and also for convex mirror. Okay, we did one experiment in the previous class. In that experiment, we used concave mirror to find the image distance and object distance and also different images formed upon screen and inside the mirror also. So for all those places, we get different images. For those images, we want to draw some ray diagrams. For drawing those ray diagrams, we want rules of ray diagram. We want to know rules of ray diagram. What are the rules of ray diagram? Now I am going to explain to you. See first, rule 1. What is rule 1? See, when a ray parallel to principal axis will pass through focus after reflection. This one we already discussed at definition of focal point. Actually, the definition of focal point only says that whenever far from any light source, if any light rays are coming, those are mostly parallel rays only reaches the mirror. So these parallel rays, actually these are all parallel to the principal axis. These parallel rays compulsory converges in the concave mirror and meet at a point on the principal axis. That point we call as focal point. In the case of convex mirror, the rays which is falling upon the surface, they diverge and they appears to be diverged from a point on the principal axis behind the reflecting surface. That point we call as focal point. So from that only we already learned this rule, what the parallel ray which is falling upon the concave surface, which can be moved through the focus after reflection. In the case of convex mirror, the parallel ray falling upon the convex surface diverges and it appears to be coming from focal point. So easily we can say the rays which are parallel to the principal axis always passes through the focus after reflection in the concave mirror and appears to be passes through the focus in the convex mirror. Now the second rule. What is the second rule? See once. In the second rule, the ray passing through focus will become parallel to principal axis after reflection. This is just reverse of first case. In the first case what we said, parallel rays are passing through the focus. In the second case, the ray or incident ray which is coming through the focus after reflection, which passes parallel to the principal axis. One see here in the diagram, the ray which is coming through the focus when it falls upon the surface and it is again moving in the parallel to the principal axis. In the context of convex mirror, same, see, this ray is coming, actually it appears to be moving through the focus. After reflection, it is passing parallel to the principal axis. This is rule 2. Now we are going to see the rule 3. What is rule 3? Now I am going to read once. Ray passing through the center of curvature will come back in the same path after reflection. After reflection, if a ray passing through the center of curvature comes back in the same direction. Here we have a doubt. Why it is coming in the same direction only? Just we want to recall the previous knowledge. What we learned about the center of curvature. Actually, the center of curvature is the converging or intersecting point of all normals drawn for the surface. So, or in the context of convex mirror, that is the intersecting point appears to be intersecting point, and it is behind the mirror, which is center of curvature. So all these normals are passing through the center only. So normal means how much angle it made with the surface. 90 degrees angle we know. Means a ray which is coming towards the surface can make 90 degrees angle. So when it makes incident angle 90 degrees, as per the law of reflection, it makes the same angle again after reflection. What is that? Same 90 degrees. So compulsory it traces the same path only. So that's why the ray passing through the center of curvature will come back in the same path after reflection. Okay, in the both the cases we are observing, here it is coming in through the center of curvature and going back into the same path. Here also it is tracing the same path. Okay. Now last rule 4. Now let's see. What is rule 4? Ray incident at pole is reflected back, making same angle with the principal axis. See, in this case, the ray which is falling at pole, when it falls at pole, which makes at an angle I with the principal axis. Actually, we consider that principal axis also a normal. So with this normal, it is making an angle I, that is we call as incident angle. So as per the laws of reflection, compulsory which makes same angle. So after reflection, it is making an angle R, that I is equals to R. So the ray incident at pole is reflected back, making same angle with the principal axis. In the both the cases, in this case also, the ray is diverging, but it is making the same angle with the surface, that reflecting surface. So these are the rules to draw the ray diagrams. What is the first rule? What we said, when a ray parallel to the principal axis after reflection which passes through the focus. And second rule says, a ray which is coming through the focus after reflection which moves parallel to the principal axis. In the rule 3, the ray which is passing through the center of curvature traces the same path in the backward direction. The next last one, this is the rule 4. What it is says, a ray which is falling upon pole makes the same angle with the principal axis and moves another side of the principal axis. Okay, these are the rules to draw the ray diagrams related to concave mirrors and also related to the convex mirror. At least we can take two cases. Whenever you draw a ray diagram, at least we have to take 2 races from all these 4 to make a perfect image. Why? Because whenever an image is formed, that image compulsory formed because of these reflecting rays where they intersect. At that point only the image formation will occur. So now we are going to see the ray diagrams formed in the concave mirror. How to draw ray diagrams in the concave mirror. So this is ray diagrams for concave mirror. So we know that first when we did activity, in the activity it says, which makes that when we use concave mirror, in the concave mirror we are going to get different images. Different images means in some real images are coming, some virtual images are coming, some inverted images are coming, some diminished images are coming. So all these images are formed at different places. When we place object at different places, we are getting different images. So for that purpose, we are going to draw the different ray diagrams or different diagrams. The first case, what is that? Object at infinity. If we kept object at infinity, where the image is formed and how to draw the ray diagrams. Here in this case particularly, whenever an object is very far from the mirror, as we know that the rays which can reaches the principal axis, only the parallel rays can, only the parallel rays only reaches the reflecting surface or concave mirror. So these parallel rays, as per the rule 1, the parallel rays always after reflection passes through the focus. So based on that, these rays are passing through the focus, and at focus it is making an image. So what is the characteristics of image formed in this case? I am going to say the nature of image. What? Highly diminished image means very small image, that is nearly we can say point sized image will form, and a real image will form. Real image means here at focus, if you kept the screen, I showed yesterday, I showed in the previous class where we kept a screen at f only, upon the screen we get this image. That's why this is a real image. And inverted image means reversed image will form. I already explained in the previous class. So I am once again saying about real image. What is real image? We have some doubt. So real image means actually, real image is formed by the actual intersection of light rays, not just like convex mirror. In the convex mirror appears to be coming, not like that. The rays which is falling upon the surface after reflection, all they come back and they intersect, real intersecting point upon a screen particularly. Upon a screen, if image is formed, that we call as real image. So real image is formed by the actual intersection of light rays. It can be obtained on a screen. Hence, projectors form real images. Generally, we are seeing movies. That movie picture is a real image because we are seeing that image upon a screen. Okay. So this is a real image will formed when we kept object at infinity. In the first case, we get a highly diminished real image, inverted image at focus. Where it is at focus, we are getting the image. Now the second one. When we keep object beyond center of curvature. In this case, we are placing the object where? Beyond center of curvature, means just before the center of curvature. See here, this is the center of curvature. Behind center of curvature, AB1 object is placed. So from this object, from the top of the object, we are taking two rays. One is parallel to the principal axis, another one is passing through the center of curvature. As per the rules, what a ray parallel to the principal axis passing through the focus, and ray passing through the center of curvature traces the same path in the reverse direction. So these two are intersecting at A dash and forming a image. If we see, the object size is not equal to the image size, means the smaller image we are getting, that we call as diminished image we are getting. Nature of image, the first image is your diminished image. And this diminished image, where it is found actually, the place of image is in between C and F. Where it is found? It is in between C and F. And also, it is also a real image. Why? Because when we kept the screen in between C and F, we observe this image. And it is also a inverted image. See, top bottom it is reversed. So we are going to get an inverted image when we place object beyond center of curvature. In the next case, now see here, object placed at center of curvature. Just in the first case it is very far. Now we move just near to the mirror, means it is just behind the center of curvature. Now we place the object at C exactly. See here, this is the object here, the green in the green word, this green word says the object. Okay, so this is the object AB we placed in here, and we are taking two rays. One is the ray is parallel to the principal axis, and the ray which is passing through the focus. The ray which is parallel to the principal axis, after reflection compulsory passes through the focus, and the ray which is passing through the focus after reflection which moves parallel to the principal axis. These two are intersecting and forming an image at CD. If you observe carefully, that AB size is equals to the A dash B dash size. Means the size of object is equal to the size of image in this case. So here nature of image we wrote that what? Same size image as that of object, and it is also a real image because it is also formed upon a screen, and inverted means reverse image we are getting in this case also. Now move on for next case, fourth one. What is that? Now we are moving object some more near to the concave mirror. Object in between C and F, means the object placed in between C and F. So here AB is the object. From this we are taking two rays. One is parallel to the principal axis, another ray is passing through the center of curvature. So this is center of curvature, the ray coming downwards. See, these two rays are, first ray is parallel, after reflection compulsory it passes through the focus. The ray which is coming through the center of curvature compulsory moves away from the same direction. So this is coming this direction. After reflection it is coming back, and these two are intersecting at A dash and forming an image A dash B dash. If we observe carefully, object size is different with image size. Easily we can say the size is enlarged, means a magnified image is formed. In scientific terminology we can say that enlarged image we call as magnified image, and also it is also a real image, and also inverted image we are observing in this case also. Next, move on for the next case, object at focus. This is very, very important. We are keeping the object at focus. Exactly on focus, AB is the object. See, we are taking again two similar rays just before case what we taken. Here the ray is parallel to the principal axis and ray is passing through the center of curvature. Same as that which passes through the focus, after reflection it moves in the same direction. So these two intersect at a longer distance, means at infinite distance they intersect and they form a very large image, means a highly magnified image, and that is also a real image, and inverted image we are going to observe in this case also. So but very, very important thing is, in this particular case when we keep object at focus we are going to get highly enlarged, means highly magnified image we are going to get in this case. Now next case, in this, now we are moving very near to the mirror. We are placing the object in between F and B, in between focal point and pole. So now we are taking one single ray first, that is parallel to the principal axis, the small one. Next, another ray passing through the center of curvature. So as we know that what, after reflection which is parallel, that passes through the focus, which is passing through the center of curvature, it traces the same path. But at this particular point we didn't see any image on the screen. We observe the image inside the mirror or behind the mirror. So see, if an image is formed inside the mirror, that image we call as virtual image. Actually, how virtual image is formed? Here clearly given what that virtual image is formed when the light rays appear to be originating from a point. Appear to be originating means it appears to be these rays are coming from that point. In the previous case, the rays are coming from another point, and they are intersecting at one point where the image is formed. Not in this case, not like that. In this particular case, the rays are coming from image point, not from the object point. The image point is where? Inside the mirror. But the rays are not coming from the image point. The rays are coming from object. Object is that we are considering as source. From this place it is coming, but it appears to be coming from image. So that's why not real image is formed here. The image is called virtual image is formed, and an enlarged image. If we observe, the size of the image is increased, but not highly. Just enlarged image means certain only some length only increased. That's why an enlarged image is formed and a virtual image is formed. And in this case, particularly an erected image we are observing. Erected image means this same object how object is placed, same image only we are seeing, but not same size image. Okay, so this is about ray diagrams for concave mirror. We saw different cases from infinity to the object placed in between F and P, and the nature of images also we saw. So these are the ray diagrams related to the concave mirror. Okay. So now we want to do one activity related to the convex mirror to find it. So before that, we will summarize this all ray diagrams and all the nature of images. First, where we place the object, at infinity we placed. So position of image is what? At focus we got the image. So then what is the size of image? Highly diminished image. And the nature of image is real and inverted image we observe. So the second one is where we kept or we placed object beyond C. Then the position of image in between F and C, and we got a diminished image and real and inverted image is formed. Now when we place object at C, this is a very important case. It is coming more time in the examination. We get the same image at same point C only, and the same size image, real and inverted image we are going to get. When we place object in between C and F, we are going to get an image beyond C and an enlarged image, real and inverted image we are going to get. When we place object at F, at infinity we are going to get, and a highly enlarged image, real and inverted image we are going to see here. Between P and F, behind the mirror, enlarged and virtual and erected image we are seeing. So this is summary of all the images formed with the concave mirror. So now we will go for the convex mirror ray diagrams. Before that, we want to see the lab activity. After completion of lab activity, I am going to explain about ray diagrams with the concave mirror. Now we are going to do lab activity related to observing the types of images and measuring the object distance and image distance from the mirror. In the previous class, we saw the image formation in the concave mirror. In today's lab activity, we are going to see the image formation in the convex mirror. So friends, for doing this activity, the required materials are a V stand. This is a V stand prepared by me, and a object candle, and for lighting this candle, a matchstick, and the mirrors. This is the convex mirror because this bulged surface act as a reflecting surface. This inner surface is painted. This is a concave mirror. I already shown this. These two mirrors are prepared from sunglasses. So this today we are using this mirror to formation of image in this mirror only we are seeing. And a screen. This is a paper. This cardboard we are using as a screen. If we get any image upon it, that is real image. If we didn't get any image, if image is formed inside the mirror, that we call as virtual image. We already discussed that. So now we are going to check it by doing this activity. Now I am placing this V stand exactly at the 0 of meter scale. I drawn this meter scale upon this table. Now I am placing the object here in front of the mirror. Before that, I want to keep the mirror in the V shape of this stand. place the mirror in the V. Yes, okay. Now I want to lit the candle. So to see the sharp images, we want some darkness in the room. So now I am going to put off lights.
Okay.
Now we are observing the image formation by using convex mirror. See, I kept first I want to keep this object at infinity. Infinity means some larger distance I am taking here. From the large distance I am observing the image on a screen. So I want to place this screen from here to here. See, observe it, friends. So there is no formation of image on the screen. So now we will see inside the mirror. Is there any chance to form an image inside the mirror? So now I am seeing, yes, if we observe inside the mirror, there is a small spot we are observing. So means from this farther object, only the parallel rays are moving. Those parallel rays appears to be passing through the focus. At focus, we are observing very small image, a diminished image, or that is a point sized image we are observing. So, and if I want to keep the object near to the mirror, see once see, my friends, that image size is slightly increased, somewhat only small size slightly increased than the first image. So if I want to move the object far from the mirror, we are observing the size of image is decreasing. If we move the object near to the mirror, the size of image is increasing, but not more than the object. It is always a diminished image is formed, and the image is forming behind the mirror. That's why these images we call as virtual images we are getting. So now I want to switch on lights to write our observations in the notebook. Now I am writing our observations in the notebook. In the first case, object placed far from mirror means it is at infinity. The image is formed behind the mirror. And which enlarged or diminished image? The image is diminished or highly diminished, and highly means very small image we observed inside it. Now see, inverted or erected image, we observed that it is a erected image only we observed in the case of when object is placed far from the mirror. If object is placed near to the mirror, the distance of image it is also behind the mirror, and mostly it is in between F and P, means focal point and pole. And this is also a diminished image, means a small image, and it is also a erected and virtual image. Erected and virtual image is formed. So these are the observations we recorded in our notebook. So okay, now observe that in the first lab activity we saw different images, but in this case particularly we are seeing only one type of images formed in the convex mirror. Okay, thank you friends. This is our lab activity. Okay, we did experiment related to convex mirror, the formation of images in the convex mirror. We observed that only virtual images are forming inside the mirror. That is, first object from infinity and object near to the mirror. In these two cases only we are observing. Why? One see here. For a convex mirror, the focus and center of curvature are on the right side of the mirror. Means those are not lying in the reflecting surface. So there will be only two cases. Those are object placed at infinity, means we are going to observe the image formation of the object very far from the mirror and the object placed in between pole and infinity. Means the object is somewhat near to the mirror. So these two cases, for these two cases, now we are going to draw the ray diagrams. The first one, object at infinity. So in this case, object placed far away from the mirror means at infinity. So we draw rays parallel to the principal axis. All rays appears to meet at focus after reflection. See here. This is AB is the object. At infinity, I already told that what? The rays coming from infinity, only the parallel rays can reach the surface. These rays, as per the rule, they diverges and appears to be diverging from the focus, we know. So the image formed at focus only because these two reflecting rays are appears to be diverging from focus. So the image formed at focus, that is beyond the reflecting surface. So easily we can say that is a virtual image because it is not formed on the screen. So image behind the mirror, that we call as what? Virtual image. And an erected image is formed. Erected image means what? Only straight image only we are observing. For example, this object is like this, same this blue color is upward and this yellow color downwards only. There is no change in there is no reverse image we observed in this case. But it is a highly diminished image we are observed in this case. Highly diminished means very small image at focus, and simply we can say that is a point sized image. Okay. Then the next case. Object in between infinity and pole. Infinity and pole means somewhat near to the pole. When we keep object or when we place object near to the pole, we can take two rays. One is parallel to the principal axis, another ray passing through the center of curvature. See, in this case also, the rays are after reflection appears to be diverged from a point inside the mirror or behind the mirror. So these two are appears to be intersect at a point A dash. Then the image is here, red color image you observe. Red color image is formed, that is A dash B dash. It is a small image we observed here, and it is also a erected image. There is no upright, there is no reverse image, only erected image we are going to see. So the nature of images in this case, virtual image means it is forming behind the mirror, and an erected image is formed and diminished image is formed in this case. So these two cases are there for the convex mirror because it is a divergent mirror which forms images only inside the mirror. Now see, summary of image formation with convex mirror. First position is anywhere between P and infinity, at infinity first. So the position of image is behind the mirror at focus, and size of the image is highly diminished and virtual and direct image. And in the second case, anywhere between P and infinity, then we get the position of images behind the mirror between P and F, and the diminished image, the virtual and direct image. So this is image formation in the convex mirror. So now let's move on about, by seeing all these cases, now easily we can differentiate concave mirror and convex mirror. Now I am going to explain these two convex and concave mirror have differences. What are the differences between convex and concave mirror? The first one, convex mirror is a spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is away from the center of sphere of which the mirror is a part. This is convex mirror I am saying. The convex mirror is a part of a sphere, so it is a spherical mirror, we know very well. The reflecting surface is away from the center of curvature, we already observed. So the center of curvature is this side, but the reflecting surface is left side in this case particularly. The concave mirror. Concave mirror is also a spherical mirror whose reflecting surface is towards the center of curvature sphere of which the mirror is a part. So Here this is the inward surface is reflecting surface. The center of curvature also in the same side. Next, the focus lies behind the mirror. Here focus lies behind the mirror. Here focus lies in front of the mirror. Here convex mirror is known as a diverging mirror. We already saw in those experiments. So what? The rays are diverging from convex surface, but the rays are converging in the case of concave mirror. That's why concave mirror is called as converging mirror, convex mirror is called as diverging mirror. So these are the shapes, and convex mirror always form real, inverted and diminished, virtual. Yes, small mistake is there. This is what? Virtual, inverted and diminished image is formed in the convex mirror. In the concave mirror, different types of images depends on the position of the object. Here see, in the concave mirror, different images are formed, but in the convex mirror, virtual, erected and small means diminished images are formed in the case of convex mirror. These are the major differences between convex and concave mirrors. Okay children, up to these differences between convex and concave mirror, today's session we are going to end. Okay friends, before going to end this session, now we want to recall one or two points. In today's session, we discussed about rules of ray diagrams and how to draw ray diagrams for formation of images in the concave mirror and also formation of image in the convex mirror. And we discussed about the differences between convex and concave mirror. So, thanks for watching. All of you do one thing before completing this: like, share and subscribe my channel for more videos. In future, in few days I am going to upload more videos for you. Thank you one and all.